an actress, Canadian actress who plays Sally the Ghost on Being Human. And you may have Sam Huntington from such films as Superman Returns and Fanboys, and he plays Josh Werewolf on that. We thought we would give you a couple highlights of the fantastic season 1 of Being Human. And they've only been filming for about a week, but we heard they snuck a little preview in for you as well. So get started. Give us a little nostalgia maybe to begin. It's got to feel like an age since you guys did season 1. But watching that, what's the one thing that stands out to you most? What's the best experience of filming season 1 for you guys?
Seeing Sam Witwer's chin dimple.
I'll flex it.
I would say the time that we all made love. The first time we all made love.
Yeah, the second time was a disaster.
The second time, and all the subsequent times, messy,
Just trying to get back to the first time.
sad.
Yeah, chasing the dragon.
Chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
Chasing the dragon. Yeah. I'm the dragon. I'm the unwilling participant. So they chase me around. Bizarre.
First time.
So, Diana, are those your top moments as well?
I'd say so, yeah. For you guys? I love seeing how strong Sally gets at the end of that first season. I really love seeing that anger and that fire, and just how everything gets so complicated and messy at the end, and teeing everything up for what I hope and think is a great season 2.
I love the fact that we did not get divorced. So it's all good after that.
For those who don't know, Jeremy and Anna are married and just had they had twins, right?
One, two, and started three. Yeah. 3 babies.
And this is their first outing out, so it's a pretty big deal for coming.
Yes,
right?
big date night.
Big date night. So it's kind of an exciting story about how you all sort of came to Being Human. So maybe talk a little bit about coming to the show, developing this for the North American market, and what that's been like, given the fact that there's the UK series on at the same time as you're doing that.
Well, I think for Anna and myself, being married but never had, well, we worked together once briefly, that's where we first met, but we were never a team before this, a writing team, so I was joking about it, but that always is a big issue, coming together as a writing partner as well, also being married is fraught with every possible thing, but you know, when we were approached to do the idea, we were both huge fans of the BBC version, so I think it's always a challenge and a little bit intimidating to try and follow in the footsteps of something like that while forging your own path. And I think that's probably what I'm most proud about from last season is the way we sort of blended the BBC version and then ours. And I think this year you'll see that we are striking out on a pretty farly different path to the BBC version, which I think everyone out there is tremendously excited about. We really are laying down our own sort of framework here, and yeah.
Can you see these guys eating Hershey's Kisses over here as if they need more sugar?
Please.
So, now that you're starting season 2, lady and gentlemen, where would you say your characters were at the time you last saw them in terms of their journey of being human? And where do you want to see them go in season 2? Where are you going to take them?
Yeah. Pretty much. I gotta say I'm very proud of Josh's journey in season 1. I'm very, very happy where he ended up. I felt like there was like a tremendous amount of growth for the character. That was actually part of the exciting thing for me. It was like getting scripts every week and seeing how much the character was growing. And so, you know, it's exciting to me because, you know, we had this big 7-month break, and the whole time I was looking forward to taking off, you know, picking up where we left off. And so far it's been a disaster. Just disastrous. No, but it's cool. You know, he's stronger and he's kind of more in tune with what he is, and he's accepted himself a little bit. And you know, his relationship with Nora has developed in very, very interesting ways. And, so it's been awesome.
Yeah, I think for Sally, over the course of the first season, she's really learned more about who she is in her death than she ever did in her life, and really found out what she's made of, and she's really sort of coming into her powers. So it really leaves off. I think we leave off 3 weeks after we stop. So it's going to be really interesting to see where it goes.
Aiden's been struggling with this whole going clean thing, and throughout his entire 250-some-year life, he had this father figure that loomed over him, and that relationship was very complicated. There was a great friendship there, there was also fear and all kinds of crazy stuff. And so, at the end of the season, Aiden frees himself from that, and before he can take a breath and enjoy that, he thinks, oh my God, did I do it? Am I free? Can I really pursue this being human thing? And then, no. Hageman shows up and goes, check this out, no. And one of the things Aiden has been trying to do in the first season is, you know, if you're trying to get off of like what is essentially a drug habit, you can't hang out with your drug buddies. So he's trying to stay away from the vampires. And unfortunately, I think it's the second season, that's not really an option anymore. He actually has to really participate and take care of some stuff in ways that he is maybe not the best. He's not really prepared for.
So talk a little bit about how you guys as a team came together, because you have this awesome chemistry on screen and clearly off screen as well. And it'd be great to hear kind of how that happened.
The sex.
Right, we're back to the sex.
Well, no, I thought we already. Did we not cover that? No, we did.
It was the first time.
It was the first time. Once again, it was the first time.
If it was like the second time the first time, it would not be great.
No.
Are you guys tweeting this?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. No, it was like, you know, love at first sight for all three of us, and it's like it's honestly, you know, we've all been doing this for a really long time. Yep. This show for 10 years actually, just for one season. It's weird.
Shoot real slow.
Yeah. But getting to go to work every day with people you genuinely love, with the exception, of course, of Megan.
It's obvious to everyone.
Is just like the coolest experience. I honestly, it's very, very. I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, you know, our days are very demanding, physically and emotionally. And it just it makes the long hours a lot easier to have people that you can, you know, joke around with and laugh with and fuck. Maybe there's a sign in front of you.
You can't follow it. You can't follow it.
Oh.
Yeah, it says right here. Please be aware that many members of your audience may be under 18 years of age. It says it right there on our little thing. So sorry.
Wait, were you have anything to add to that? Enough said.
I'm pregnant. And I don't know which one.
Who's it gonna be?
What's he doing in there?
And what about for you, Jeremy, having to sort of be the parents of this exciting
Actually, really good call. It's a really good call.
What's that like for you guys?
I mean, we feel incredibly blessed that they have the amazing chemistry that they do, and I mean, there was really never any other combination that worked. The second we were testing the trio with the network, we saw them, we're like, well, that's the show I want to watch and have in my bedroom every night. It's my first time out.
Anna hasn't stepped outside in 6 months. This is literally the first time she's seen light.
It's like sunrise. And they work together so seamlessly, and it's also just really refreshing and really great to have people who care so much about their jobs and they're really passionate, and it's just really gratifying. You know, we have great discussions about the scripts, and they behave most of the time.
We won't have to split them up.
By the way, speaking of those scripts, wow, they're good this year.
Yeah, you guys are gonna. It's like you think you saw it last season. No.
Yeah, where are they?
Oh God.
I want $20 for every live.
Yeah.
No, the scripts this year are incredible. We've read 4 of them so far.
I think we have some more writers in the audience.
Yeah, we
Here we
have,
go.
the writers are here, and they are all amazing. And we are fortunate to have more writers this year, and they're awesome.
Where are you?
Is that right? Yes.
She's one of ours.
Yeah, that's all.
This is our writing
Yes,
guest.
100%.
You guys writing that one.
I approve this natural costume.
The scripts are really something else, though. Like, from the word go, A, these are amazing. B, how the hell are we going to shoot this in time? We have a lot of, they're very intense, a lot of stuff going on.
Jeremy, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, but it bears noting the chemistry of these three extends way beyond, and I think it goes to the writer's room, which is an they're an incredibly fabulous group of talented and just warm and generous people. All the way up to the production crew in Montreal. I've never been around such a diligent, friendly, like they were saying, you work so long and you work so hard, and it's very nice to be in the trenches with such wonderful people. So we're all feeling very lucky.
Loved. So let's talk a little bit about where your characters are at right now. So Megan, Sally maybe had the biggest arc in terms of going from meek spirit to totally malevolent, poltergeist level lady. And for you, what's it like? You can clap for that. So what's it been like for you to play that arc, and you know, how are you feeling about being a poltergeist?
It's draining. It's amazing. I mean, really, is there anything better you can ask for as an actor to play a range like that and to get that special effects makeup? It was so much fun because I think that episode in particular was the first time we really saw Sally, you know, taking control, and it was sort of after she was so devastated by everything, and it was her last attempt to really have an impact on someone, and we really see her character when she's at you know, her rock bottom. And you know, I think that sort of triggered something in her that makes her even more powerful than she ever was, and possibly more powerful than the two of these guys. Just saying.
By the way, just to add to that, like the stuff that Jeremy and Anna and our amazing writing staff, the stuff that they came up with this year for Megan, for that Sally character, is
Thanks, guys.
so beyond cool. It's
So when you start cheering for her character in a big way and seeing all this amazing stuff, it's not her.
No.
It's nothing to do with it.
But it's like, you know, actually, you know, Neri, like people have asked, like, what are you looking forward to for this season? And my answer was always like, you know, whatever I came up with right now on the spot pales in comparison to what I'm sure they're coming up with for us. And it's so true. Like all the stuff that I hoped was going to happen is so far exceeded and so amazingly well drawn, and like exploring sides of the ghost character, especially that are like,
But also so absolutely unpredictable.
Yeah.
We for the first season when we were shooting, we stayed away from watching the British series because we were like, these need to be different characters, and we need to do our own thing. And then since then, we've seen the British series and become huge fans.
Huge fans. It's amazing.
And if you haven't seen it, go out and get the DVD. It's really, really good. But likewise, because they knew that they were going to diverge entirely for the second season, they haven't seen the British second season. So it's just from the beginning entirely different and unpredictable. And because I like the second season so much in the British series, I feel like I was a tough audience, and I really love what we're doing.
So Sammy, to go to Josh for a second. Josh is kind of like the house dad. He's a sweet, lovely, wonderful guy. We also saw so many hints in the first season of this complicated human past that he has.
Right.
Where's that going? And are we going to see some of that? Your, you know, love-lorn fiance and all those kinds of things.
They suggest you ask these questions. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm fairly certain you'll all agree with me. Josh is much more like the house mom.
Yes.
Than the house dad. I'm like definitely the dead mother for sure. He's the dad and she's the kid. If we're talking family here, that's the deal. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of that I can kind of.
How do you play it? Talk about that. You know, sort of expressing all of that.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, I think Josh's backstory is what forms him, and what informs every. You know, every. This is for sci-fi, by the way. Say hi to sci-fi, everybody. You're all going to be online, so there's a waiver that you're going to have to sign.
There's going to be a line outside.
Line outside. You will not leave Italy. But yeah, he's like I said, grew a lot last season. So the things that were haunting him last season are ghosts are still definitely under the surface. But the cool thing is he's stronger. So his coping mechanism is stronger.
And you've worked out a lot between seasons.
I've worked out a lot.
Yeah,
that's where I've gotten.
He's so
stronger.
Oh my God, he's about 25 to 50% stronger than he was last year. Believe me, he's lifted so many heavy objects, and in fact, the objects are getting heavier. And he's like, I'm going to lift the heavier one.
Exactly.
Like, well, look at that.
Next thing you know, I lifted Whitworth.
Yep. Heavy objects. Heavy.
Exactly.
So Sam Whitworth, going to your character now, because we want to make sure we have time for your questions.
Sorry,
so, it's very exciting. So we see Aiden have these really heartbreaking moments over the course of the season. He falls in love, he has a stinker. He makes a friend in the neighborhood, he's got to stake him. And now we're at this, maybe not, but now we're at this point where he's about to be kind of head vamp, maybe, and I'm wondering how you play somebody who has such a constant state of loss and is now transitioning potentially into this new role. What's that going to look like?
Aiden, I always contended that Aiden was a vampire entirely off his game, and that he always tried to play it like he was on his game, so he's very like, I don't do it, but he's just so scared inside. And we see even more of that in the second season because he's completely off the rails at this point. Bishop is not around. And let's remember, it's interesting. I was really interested by the way that Bishop was written, Aiden and Bishop were written last year because we didn't see them be friendly that much, but I certainly got that they were super close. For some reason. I don't know, I don't want to speak for the audience, but the audience definitely take it from the audience. Yeah, anyway, so for it's a huge deal for Bishop to be gone, and Aiden being so ridiculously up to him. Remember, this is the only time he's ever been actually successful at this. When we see him with Celine back in the day, I think the implication is he's still swiping someone, or he's doing some things that she would find reprehensible, but he's kind of being cool about it, or he's maybe sucking on a blood bag every now and then, but this is the first time he's had any real success. And even at the beginning, first episode, he kills a girl. Oops. So this is a guy who isn't ready to be on his own yet, and he's trying to be more open with his roommates, but we also see how that is not something he's used to doing either. He's kind of it's sad because he doesn't really have anyone that he can actually be totally honest with.
That being said, though, that is kind of a big change this season on the subject. Is we are a lot more open with each other.
Yes.
We're a lot more trusting with each other. He's a lot more open with what's going on in his life. It's kind of nice because it humanizes the Aiden character. He's such a hard ass. It's nice when he's like more open. He's got a lot more button-down shirts this year. He's softened.
No, he wears underwear this year.
He wears underwear this year.
Yeah.
Well, he shaved so badly. Sure. It was implied. You guys got that.
But that's where he got that grim look on his face.
So here's what we're going to do now. I want you guys to start lining up to ask questions because it's your turn.
Yeah! Yes!
And we're going to play lightning round with these guys. And we're going to start here. I'm going to ask these questions. You just have to answer, but don't think about it too much. It'll be better that way.
We choked so badly the last time that Jared did this stuff.
Well, you choked.
Megan was like on
Megan
fire.
Math is a beast when it comes to the lightning round.
My middle name is Lightning Round.
Starting with you, Jeremy, tell us the coolest thing about working with the person to your left. Anything weird, wild, fascinating?
Her voice. She's one of the most extraordinary writers I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
Lightning round.
My soul just got
That lightning came from his heart. Heartbreaking.
And our anniversary is coming up, so you're welcome.
That does not count.
Anna?
It's the person to my left. The 4 a.m. emails.
Wait, I didn't hear
You haven't received one yet, that way, not this year.
He was very dedicated. He has a lot of questions. I actually really do appreciate the 4 a.m. emails. Not even about his character. I do.
Just in general.
To the left.
Hi baby, hello, can we talk like this? Yes, please. Vampire, hello, ghost. Hello, vampire, hi. You drink blood? Yes, please. Why? Because it tastes like blood. Why? Because it's blood. You sleep like in a coffin or something? No, I sleep in a bed. Why?
You guys have to stop laughing. Seriously, this will go on.
That's what happens on the set.
We cost sci-fi money because of this shit. I'm sorry.
Person to my left.
So that's it.
Cutting you off there. I'd have to say how generous Sammy is as an actor. And also his O face.
Yeah, as a lover.
And Sammy, you have to bend space time and do Jeremy.
Do Jeremy? What can you say about Jeremy Carver? I think that Jeremy sees a lot of Josh in himself. And am I wrong about that? Is that was the original intent, right? So I feel like Jeremy and I have a crazy bond. And then there was that time, remember that time we went to Lake Havasu, just you and I? And that was one of the craziest 3.5 weeks. We rented this little yacht, like a single cabin, and we just
But ended with killing a hooker, though.
I remember that.
I got pulled up like, it's like, they have this great romantic thing, you need to hide a body.
Yeah.
And moving on.
I do want to say something here. So I said a lot, just now that writers are spectacular, but I have the most tremendous amount of respect for Jeremy. He's spectacular.
Okay, we'll do one quick one. You can clap, you're allowed.
Should clap. You should clap.
So if you were in your dream costume for Comic-Con, what would you be? Jeremy, go.
I think it all goes back to I might get pummeled here, but for me, it all goes back to Luke Skywalker. That's where it all began, people.
I would be Revolutionary War 8.
Sorry.
Slave Leia.
I guess
I be myself in the Star Wars game.
What Star Wars? I think it's clear. I think it's probably Voltron, but except with lion hands, he's got like Schwarzenegger faces. They go. Come on, one blazing sword, do it.
I'd be either a Walking Dead zombie or Optimus Prime.
I'd be Jimmy Olsen. I just should give you all a giant hug. I think I would be Sloth from the Goonies. But my left arm would be Chunk. That'd be a good one.
And on that note, let's go over here for the first question.
Hi. I was in The Wizard of Oz recently at my school play, and I played the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Nice.
Painted green, I got a cat. I played that role too. Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm sure you did it better than this one.
But,
I'm sure you were way better.
But when you get, I got injured on set, and so I was wondering, when you get injured, how does that affect your acting?
I had some pretty good ones last year. Yeah. In my first fight with Bishop, where basically he just beats the hell out of me, you know, I came home with this massive bruise on my arm. It was our first fight, and I just didn't know how hard to go, so I was just going for everything. And I actually had a bruise here, and it was cool because the makeup, they wanted a bruise there. We shot a scene, this was supposed to take place afterward, there was a bruise here, so I managed to put a real bruise there so they could just match it. And then as the fights went on, I got injured less and less. I pretty much learned how to not do that. And then this year, you guys were kind enough to not give me any stunt doubles. So, you know. And they said it to me, oh, you're so good at it. It's like, no, you're saving money, aren't you? Everybody's going to hurt themselves.
Yeah.
I think, well, I got injured every time I did scene with John Palo, who plays Danny.
Yeah.
I had bruises on my neck and collarbones from him strangling me. I had bruises all over my body from him throwing me down the stairs.
No,
But I was so proud of them.
Yeah.
And I think when you're in the moment, it's all adrenaline. You don't really feel it at all until the next day.
It's always like the 13th time you do it and you feel it. You know, like 12 times, like, I'm fine. 13, you're like, oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, let's do the next one. Dave?
What do? You just
I don't have anything interesting.
We'll never get to all of you guys, Sammy. We'll start with the next question. Don't worry. Go for it.
Hey guys, love the show. Quick question. When I'm trying to pitch your show to my friends, it usually starts off with a werewolf, a vampire, and a ghost live in the house. And
That
there's no
like a bar.
Yeah, there's no punchline though. So I was wondering, how would you go to like someone like people that don't know about your show, and what would you tell them to try to get them in?
You know, somebody actually, there was a thing written, I think it was like today, about the show, oddly. They said it was like a cross between like Grey's Anatomy and True Blood. I would like stop me talking now.
There's actually a little bit of what's happening in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
A little bit of hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
No, but like, actually, you know what? Jeremy always had a very good way of explaining what the show is.
There's been a writer on our staff who's been texting me for like an hour. My crotch has been vibrating. I didn't actually hear.
David's so drunk.
Over there? Somewhere? Yeah.
I don't get it. I think what we usually say is that it's, it's 20-somethings going through a lot of the problems that normal 20-somethings would go through, and they just want everything that you want. They just want to be normal, but they happen to be monsters, so their problems are that much greater.
Everything we take for granted or what these three desperately crave. And of course, we have the advantage of using vampires, werewolves, and ghosts to help us express that.
And it's also, the theme of season 2 is the harder you try to become human, the more monstrous you become.
Right.
Maybe.
Sam Lexington, Dylan Dog was the most underrated movie of the
Thank you. That's so nice of you. I worked my ass off on that film.
It looked like it. You had zombie. Megan, you look hot.
Thanks, so do you.
This one.
Megan, are you anticipating a wardrobe change? Is there any way to get a new outfit on you?
Well, I don't know how much I can say, but
Yes.
that's it. Yeah, you know, hopefully there will be a little something when it comes to Sally's wardrobe. It's funny, we started shooting 2 weeks ago, and I got on set and I got back into my outfits, and same hair, same makeup. I was like, man, all right.
She gets taken this year. No, seriously?
I'll get you right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is to the writers. I'm curious as to your favorite change you made from the British first season to your own North American first season, like your story or character arc.
I think, if I may say, I liked, obviously we had more episodes to play with because we love the British series so much, and I think we felt so lucky that we had more time and more space to tell the stories. And I personally really liked getting into the backstories more and sort of how people met and what happened in their interpersonal relationships. So I really loved being able to go to Josh's house and meet his parents and see that play out.
Thanks. I love that too.
That was fun.
That was a great episode. I
Her, Josh.
Likewise, love being able to sort of trace Aiden and Bishop's friendship over the years. That was hugely fun for us, and I think we took a little bit of a perverse delight in doing things that they didn't quite do, like perverting their stories, like basically killing Bernie. That was,
Yeah,
that was,
right.
I think earned, but that was a nice little twist.
So I would say, the 20 people who just clapped are terrible people. but I salute you. For being that honest, I actually loved that. I thought that was,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it was heartbreaking. You read that in the script and then to find out that it was a setup.
Right.
Just a 1-2 punch. I thought that was extremely.
Twice.
By the way, we were just calling you guys perverse, but he has built a tiny phallus out of the Hershey's Kiss wrapper. That's
Innovation.
It's
Little
built.
baby.
Next one.
This is Sam Whitworth.
Yes, sir.
Comparing how Eight Humans Grow and moving forward to season 2, how does it compare to the sci-fi being immortalized in Star Wars and now being in this growing genre?
I snuck a Star Wars reference in the first episode. Sorry. I snuck a little Star Wars reference in there. And I you know what it is? How's it compare? I mean, the wonderful thing about the Aiden character is that it's really, really hard. It's really difficult because, you know, he's 250 some years old, so you have to figure out why does he talk like a 25-year-old, and what, you know, is he hiding? Is he putting this on? He's putting that on? They're kind of different challenges, but I'll say this: I really love getting the opportunity to develop a character over, I guess in this case, 23 episodes. You know, we shot now 14. We shot 13 last year. We've shot 1 now, and so you get to really pace yourself in terms of what you're showing the audience. You know, in terms of new character elements, and you know, that's really a new kind of challenge for me. So.
Next question.
This is for the writers. In the scene where Aiden is talking to another vampire outside of Josh's parents' house, there was a bit of political game and rules and laws implied, I felt, from that talk between Aiden and the other vampire. I was wondering if you planned on making that a strict set of like political rules and laws to find later, or if it was kind of pretty worth the moment.
In terms of with Aiden and Marcus, if you could kill him or not, is that what you're talking about? Sorry.
Yeah, he convinced him to stay away from Josh and almost put himself on the line to do that, but it seemed to be defined through like politics.
They actually have this one of the wonderful things that you guys have done is that a lot of the questions that I came up with last year, you just kind of hit them with this, and they have it all, they know it all. There's so much backstory. And the wonderful thing is they don't push it in your face in the episodes. It's implied, and if you watch, it's hopefully there's a feeling that yes, there's a wealth of history and a wealth of political rules and all that.
I'm sorry, I was listening. 9 times out of 10, unless he's doing Arnold, I'm not listening.
So it's great to do this. It's great that there's these rules in politics, and I'm becoming the governor of California.
They really do work it all out.
Yeah, I would say, in answer to your question, yes, there is a sort of higher political thing that we do get into more this season too, that there is a hierarchy and there is an understanding and there are rules of certain things that you do and don't do in terms of Aiden bargaining for his life there is an understanding. You can't just do whatever you want, which we really get into this season.
Next question.
Hi. I'm just curious about the universe you've created and what other creatures or fantasy creatures or animals that maybe introduced into the show at some point.
Great question. Yeah, there's a fourth roommate, Pegasus. Pegasus.
Minotaur.
A Minotaur and a Frankenstein animal.
Is it known?
And a phoenix.
The one thing we're exploring even more this year is, I think last year we explored a slightly different sect of vampires with the Dutch, and we are doing that across all monster genres this year. We are politically, spiritually, emotionally, everybody is coming in contact with more of their own kind who are slightly different, and everything again resonates on a human level, so it's not just like someone like soaring and naked and glistening.
That's what Pegasus.
So I could actually, now I'm saying it.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Why not?
And then a Phoenix shows up.
Yeah, Phoenix and a Lilliput, actually.
But we absolutely are introducing new types of werewolves, new types of vampires, new types of ghosts, and we're tremendously excited about all of them. I think they're going to be a lot of fun.
That's great stuff.
So we're going to do one more, but before we do that, Sammy Huntington, do you want to talk about being injured? Because I feel like I injured you.
Emotionally.
Yeah, he's really
No, actually, the one thing that happens to me kind of consistently is every time I turn into a werewolf, I scream and scream and scream and scream and scream and scream and scream. Like, I mean, you guys have seen the show. And I ruin my voice. I destroy my voice. So actually, I have to like figure out in the days after that how exactly to kind of take care of that. And if you watch season 1 again, you'll kind of see my voice kind of gets a little bit more husky throughout the season, and it's because of that. It's because I literally it's like consistently losing my voice throughout the season, and I didn't have time for it to recoup. And it's so funny. Like, am I spoiling anything? No, I turned into a werewolf again. It's mind blowing. Just had to do it the other night. It took like literally like 5 days. I was lucky because I had 5 days to kind of recoup my voice. I had a big fucking time on it. But it's actually kind of hard. It's kind of hard to figure out to overcome.
Last question over here.
This question is for Sam Whitmer. I'm curious, there's a lot of vampire garbage out there, and I'm wondering where you derive your character from, because I really like Aiden.
I haven't. No, we're not getting racial vampire garbage, right? That's different. Where does Aiden come from? I mean, the thing is, I actually have not seen True Blood or Vampire Diaries or Twilight. That's when they break out the rotten fruit and vegetables. No, but I haven't seen any of that stuff. So it's basically, I actually don't know if in fact it's original or if I'm doing a lot of what other people have done before. I don't know. It's what's up? And I heard you're doing exactly the same, but it's awesome. It's fine. They're garbage. Right? No, but you look at the scripts and you go,
Tell me the Jen.
Little mixed birds. Where's Karen? I look like a bunch.
Dude, that made me very happy. That's stayed me for a while.
It's fascinating. I think the vampire thing is ridiculously cool, but I'm coming at it from like having seen like the old black and white Dracula, Which, by the way, I just love how vampires are just so sexy and not coming here for the kill, this and that. Thank you.
Said it.
Just wait. But why is it that they come in and there's just no easy way to do the final moment with them coming in and then they go? That's why the victims are like, that's why they're like that. It's not because this hurts, it's because, whoa! We're sticking with you and you're doing this with the face!
And on that awesome note, we have to say thank you to you guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get one more little surprise. Bye.